I covered before on my channel the ideal ratios of men in general, which makes men attractive in a scientific sense, with ideal ratios and angles. I even did a video specified for ideal ratios of black men. But in today's video, we will cover ideal ratios for overall Asian men as well. If you want to support the channel and get your face evaluated by me with personalized look maxing advice, link will be down in the description. If you want to start your own look maxing journey but lack the knowledge, my book is also on my website. Without further ado, let's get this video started. First, for the facial width to height ratio or FWHR, the ideal range can be between 1.8 to 2. The facial width to height ratio measures the zygomatic width cheekbone to cheekbone, divided by the upper facial height upper lip to the top of the eyelids. A higher FWHR or facial width to height ratio is often associated with masculinity dominance and better mating prospects. A 2010 study done by Carey found that men with a higher facial width to height ratio were perceived as more assertive. However, in East Asian population, especially among Han Chinese men, a slightly lower facial width to height ratio, closer to that of 1.75, tend to be perceived as more harmonious and aesthetically pleasing, avoiding the boxy or wide-faced look. Too low and the face appears soft or effeminate. Too high and you risk venturing into villain face territory, especially with flat cheekbones common among East Asians, which can exaggerate facial width to height ratio negatively. Second, mid-face ratio, lower eyelid to upper lip and total face height. When it comes to the ideal, the lower third should not exceed third of the total facial height. The mid-face ratio is critical, especially for Asian men, where a longer mid-face can exaggerate huge or weakness, depending on the context. According to Farkas anthropometric standards, shorter mid-face are linked to a more dominant and photogenic male models. Short mid-faces mean reduced sclera show, less white below the iris, a crucial cue for youth and symmetry. A longer mid-face, on the other hand, draws attention away from the eyes where most emotional and aesthetical judgments are made. Third, the gonio angle or the jawline angle. The ideal, it can depend between 115 to 125 degrees. A sharp forward jaw is essential. The gonio angle measured between the ramus of the jaw and the mandible body should be obtuse but not too wide. East Asian males typically have a flatter, more obtuse gonio angle above 130 degrees, leading to a rounder face shape. In contrast, a tighter angle contributes to a more hunter-type appearance, desirable, masculine, and defined. A study in the Journal of Craniofacial Surgery in 2019 found that gonio angles closer to 120 degrees were rated highest in attractiveness in male 3D facial models across Asian focus groups. Cantle tilt, angle from the inner to outer eye corner. Ideal +5 to +8 degrees. Upward tilted eyes indicate huge alertness and symmetry. Upward or positive tilt is common in some East Asian demographics. This subtle cue is a game changer. Even a slight downturn can derail an otherwise aesthetic face. Unfortunately, correcting this tilt non-surgically is nearly impossible. Facial symmetry, thirds rule. Vertical facial thirds, hairline to glabella, glabella to subnasal, subnasal to menton should be roughly equal. Asymmetries are often more pronounced in East Asian men due to less pronounced bone projections, which creates less shadow contrast in photography. According to a 2013 study published in Aesthetic Plastic Surgery, facial symmetry was the #1 predictor of attractiveness across all ethnic groups, but East Asians place more emphasis on balance in vertical thirds and skin smoothness than Europeans or Africans. Nasal width and projection. The ideal nasal width should be inferior to intercanthal distance. Good nasal projection with defined radix and tip. A flat nasal bridge and wide alar base are common in East Asian males and can weaken facial definition and profile. Enhancing nasal projection through augmentation, surgical, or via fillers is one of the most popular procedures among Korean male celebrities. Chin projection. The ideal chin should align or slightly be behind the nasion vertical line when viewed from the side. A recessed chin, a feature often seen in mesocephalic or brachycephalic Asian skull types, creates a weak jawline and feminized profile. Mentoplasty, also called chin enhancement, is often recommended for East Asian men pursuing a model-tier jawline. Orbital and zygomatic projection. A lack of lateral orbital rim and cheekbone projection is a recurring flaw in East Asian male aesthetics. Hollow or flat upper cheeks reduce the hunter energy associated with high testosterone faces. Zygomatic implants or fillers, models like Godfrey Gao benefited from genetically high zygotes that gave his otherwise soft facial structure an alpha edge. But what do you guys think about all of this? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. That's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A like and subscribe will be highly appreciated. And like usual, catch you guys in the next one.